Chapter 1. Early Life and the Jackson 5. Michael Jackson was born on August 29, 1958, in Gary, Indiana, USA. He was the eighth of 10 children in the Jackson family. His father, Joseph Jackson, worked in a factory, and his mother, Katherine Jackson, took care of the family. Michael's father loved music and wanted his children to become famous singers. He made his sons practice music every day. Sometimes, he was very strict. Michael and his brothers Tito, Jermaine, Jackie, and Marlon formed a music group called the Jackson 5. Michael was the youngest in the group, but he had the best voice. He was also a great dancer. When he was only 6 years old, he started performing with his brothers. They played music in small clubs and talent shows. People loved their music and dance moves. In 1968, the Jackson 5 signed a contract with Motown Records, a famous music company. Their first big song, I Want You Back, became a #1 hit in 1969. Soon, they became very famous. They traveled to many cities and performed for big crowds. Michael was the star of the group. Even though he was very young, he had a powerful voice and a special way of dancing. Everyone loved him. But being famous was not easy. He had to practice a lot and did not have a normal childhood. Even as a child, Michael dreamed of being the best singer in the world. This was just the beginning of his journey to becoming the king of pop. Chapter 2. Rise to Solo Stardom. Michael Jackson loved singing with the Jackson 5, but he also wanted to sing alone. When he was 13 years old, he started his solo career while still performing with his brothers. His first solo songs, Got to Be There and Ben, became very popular. People loved his soft and emotional voice. In 1975, the Jackson 5 left Motown Records and signed with Epic Records. They changed their name to the Jacksons. Michael continued singing with them, but he also worked on his solo music. In 1979, Michael released his first big solo album, Off the Wall. This album was very important because it showed that he was not just a child star. He was now a serious artist. The album had 4 hit songs, including Don't Stop Till You Get Enough and Rock With You. These songs were full of energy and fun. The album sold millions of copies, and Michael won his first Grammy Award. Michael wanted to do something even bigger. He worked very hard on his next album, Thriller, which came out in 1982. This album changed music history. It had many famous songs, like Billie Jean, Beat It, and Thriller. The music video for Thriller was like a short movie, with amazing dancing and special effects. It became the most famous music video ever. Thriller became the best-selling album of all time, selling over 70 million copies. Michael became the biggest star in the world. He was now more than just a singer, he was a music legend. During this time, Michael also created his famous dance move, the moonwalk. When he performed it on TV in 1983, everyone was amazed. It became his signature move, and people everywhere tried to copy it. Michael Jackson was no longer just a boy from the Jackson 5. He was now the king of pop, and his journey to superstardom was just beginning. Chapter 3. Thriller and Breaking Records. In 1982, Michael Jackson released his album Thriller. This album changed music forever. It was full of hit songs like Billie Jean, Beat It, and Thriller. The music was a mix of pop, rock, and R&B. People all over the world loved it. One of the most famous moments of Michael's career was his performance of Billie Jean on TV in 1983. He wore a black jacket, a white glove, and black shoes. During the performance, he did the moonwalk dance for the first time. The crowd went crazy. This dance became his signature move, and people everywhere tried to copy it. The music video for Thriller was like a short movie. It had a story, special effects, and amazing dance moves. In the video, Michael turned into a werewolf and later into a zombie. The video was 14 minutes long, which was very different from other music videos at the time. It became the most famous music video ever and helped make MTV more popular. Thriller became the best-selling album in history. It sold over 70 million copies around the world. It won 8 Grammy Awards, the most any artist had ever won in one night. Michael Jackson became the biggest pop star in the world. Because of Thriller, Michael was now more than a singer. He was a global icon. His music, dance, and style inspired millions of people. His red Thriller jacket became a fashion trend, and his white glove became his trademark. With Thriller, Michael Jackson didn't just break records, he created a new standard for music. He was now officially known as the King of Pop. Chapter 4: The King of Pop Era. After the success of Thriller, Michael Jackson became the most famous singer in the world. People called him the King of Pop because of his unique music, dance moves, and performances. In 1987, Michael released a new album called Bad. It had hit songs like Smooth Criminal, Man in the Mirror, and Bad. The album sold millions of copies and was another big success. Michael also went on his first solo world tour. He performed in many countries, and millions of fans came to see him. Michael was known for his incredible live performances. His concerts were full of energy, lights, and special effects. He wore iconic outfits, like the black and white suit in Smooth Criminal and the military-style jackets. His fans loved his moonwalk dance, and every concert was an unforgettable experience. In 1991, Michael released another huge album called Dangerous. It included famous songs like Black or White, Remember the Time, and Heal the World. The Black or White music video had amazing special effects, including a famous scene where people's faces changed into different races. The song carried a message about equality and ending racism. Michael also did a lot of charity work. He cared about children and wanted to help people around the world. He started the Heal the World Foundation and donated millions of dollars to hospitals and schools. He even had his own amusement park at Neverland Ranch, where he invited sick and poor children to have fun. During this time, Michael continued to set records and change the music industry. He won many awards and performed in front of huge crowds. His influence was so strong that even world leaders and famous celebrities wanted to meet him. The King of Pop era was a time of success, creativity, and global fame for Michael Jackson. His music, dance, and message of love and unity made him one of the most important artists in history. Chapter 5: Challenges and Controversies. Despite his massive success, Michael Jackson faced many challenges and controversies throughout his life. Some of these challenges affected his career, personal life, and public image. One of the biggest controversies was about Michael's changing appearance. Over the years, people noticed that his skin color became much lighter. Michael said that he had a skin condition called vitiligo, which causes the skin to lose its color in some areas. He also had several plastic surgeries to change his face. Many people didn't understand, and rumors spread that Michael was trying to change his race. This caused a lot of public discussions and criticism. Another challenge was the accusations of child abuse. In 1993, a boy named Jordan Chandler accused Michael of molesting him. Michael denied the allegations, and the case was settled without a trial. In 2005, another child accused Michael of the same crime, and he went to court. After a long trial, Michael was found not guilty. Despite being cleared, the accusations damaged his reputation and caused many people to question his character. Michael also had financial problems in the later years of his career. Although he made millions from his music, he spent a lot of money on Neverland Ranch, his property, and his lifestyle. He had huge debts and had to sell parts of his music catalog to pay for his expenses. His personal life also became a topic of media attention. Michael had 3 children, and his relationships with the mothers of his children were often in the spotlight. He was married twice, first to Lisa Marie Presley, the daughter of Elvis Presley, and later to Debbie Rowe, a nurse with whom he had 2 children. Michael's private life was often a subject of rumors, and the media was very interested in his relationships. Despite all of these challenges and controversies, Michael Jackson continued to make music and perform. He faced many difficult times, but he always tried to stay positive and keep his passion for music alive. Michael's ability to overcome personal struggles and continue creating was a testament to his strength and dedication to his craft. Even though his life was filled with ups and downs, Michael Jackson remained one of the most influential and memorable figures in the world. Chapter 6: Humanitarian Work and Later Career. In addition to his music, Michael Jackson was also known for his humanitarian work and efforts to help others. He believed in using his fame to make a positive impact on the world. One of Michael's most famous contributions was the charity song We Are the World. In 1985, he co-wrote the song with Lionel Richie. The song featured many famous artists, and all the proceeds from it went to help people in Africa who were suffering from hunger. Michael was passionate about helping those in need, and this song became one of the biggest charity hits in history. Throughout his career, Michael supported many charities and causes. He donated millions of dollars to children's hospitals, cancer research, and AIDS awareness. He was also involved with organizations like Make-A-Wish Foundation and Heal the World Foundation. Michael believed that everyone, especially children, deserved a better life, and he did his best to help improve the world around him. As Michael grew older, his career slowed down. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, he released a few albums, but they did not reach the same level of success as his earlier work. However, he continued to perform and tour. In 2001, Michael released the album Invincible, which included songs like You Rock My World. The album was well received, but it did not match the huge success of his previous albums. Despite some struggles with his career and personal life, Michael never gave up on his love for music. In 2009, he announced that he would be going on a comeback tour called the This Is It concerts in London. Sadly, just before the tour began, Michael passed away unexpectedly on June 25, 2009. He was only 50 years old. Even after his death, Michael Jackson's music and humanitarian work continued to inspire people worldwide. His songs, like Billie Jean, Thriller, and Heal the World, are still listened to by millions. His efforts to make the world a better place and his dedication to music have left a lasting legacy. Michael Jackson will always be remembered as not only the king of pop but also as someone who tried to change the world for the better. Chapter 7: The Tragic Death of a Legend. Michael Jackson's life was filled with incredible achievements and unforgettable music. However, his story came to a sudden and tragic end. On June 25, 2009, Michael passed away at the age of 50. His death shocked the world, as millions of fans had hoped to see him perform again in his This Is It concerts. Michael died from cardiac arrest, which is a sudden stop in the heart's normal function. It was caused by an overdose of prescription drugs that Michael had been using to help him sleep. The drugs were given to him by his personal doctor, Dr. Conrad Murray. Dr. Murray was later found guilty of involuntary manslaughter for giving Michael the drugs that led to his death. The news of Michael's death spread quickly across the globe. Fans and celebrities alike were deeply saddened. Michael had touched so many lives with his music, humanitarian work, and unique personality. People gathered in cities all around the world to honor him and pay their respects. His funeral took place on July 7, 2009, at the Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Los Angeles. Many of Michael's friends, family, and fellow stars attended the ceremony, and his fans around the world held vigils in his memory. Michael's passing left a huge gap in the music world. He had inspired generations of fans and artists, and his legacy continues to live on through his music. His death was tragic, but his influence is still strong today. Even though Michael Jackson is no longer with us, his music and message continue to inspire millions of people. His songs, such as Thriller, Beat It, and Man in the Mirror, still bring joy to people all over the world. Michael Jackson will always be remembered as one of the greatest artists in history, and his legacy will never be forgotten. Chapter 8: Legacy and Everlasting Influence. Michael Jackson's influence on music, culture, and entertainment is immense and continues to be felt around the world. His legacy is one of innovation, creativity, and humanitarian efforts. He changed the music industry forever, and his impact remains a powerful force in pop culture. One of Michael's most important contributions was to pop music. His album Thriller, released in 1982, is the best-selling album of all time. It introduced groundbreaking music videos, such as the iconic video for Thriller, which helped shape the music video industry. Michael's creative use of dance, storytelling, and fashion in his videos set new standards for the music industry and made him a global icon. His famous moonwalk dance move is still one of the most recognized and loved dance steps in history. Michael also revolutionized the way artists and fans interacted. He used his platform to create music that was not just about entertainment but also had a message. Songs like Man in the Mirror and Heal the World inspired millions of people to think about social issues and make the world a better place. His charitable work, including donations to children's hospitals and support for various humanitarian causes, demonstrated his commitment to helping others. Even after his death, Michael's legacy remains strong. His music continues to be celebrated through streaming platforms, radio stations, and live performances. His albums still top the charts, and new generations of fans are discovering his music. Michael's influence on artists, including Beyoncé, Justin Timberlake, and Usher, is undeniable. Many modern pop stars have cited him as their inspiration, and his music and dance moves continue to shape the music industry. Michael Jackson's impact is also felt in the world of fashion. He was known for his unique style, including his gloved hand, military jackets, and signature sunglasses. His style influenced fashion trends for years, and he remains an iconic figure in the fashion world. His contributions to music, entertainment, and humanitarian work have earned him a place as one of the most significant figures in history. The King of Pop title is more than just a nickname, it represents the incredible legacy he left behind. Michael Jackson's music continues to bring people together, and his influence on culture and the world will never be forgotten. Even in death, Michael Jackson's everlasting influence is felt in every corner of the world. His music, message, and spirit live on in the hearts of millions, and his legacy will continue to inspire for generations to come.